What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to my truck. We are en route to St. Louis, Missouri to do a few things, actually. This will be a pretty exciting episode, not just for me, but for you guys, hopefully tagging along. I sold the Softail. The Softail's gone, and I needed a bike to replace it with, so I am currently heading to St. Louis to pick up a bike that I found on Marketplace. I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what it is, but I'm pretty sure most of you guys probably know what I'm after. Hopefully pick this bike up if everything goes well, get it on the trailer. If the bike goes well, I got a second stop along the way where I got to pick up some parts for this bike that I've already kind of sourced on Marketplace, and then from there we're going to go up to a gentleman's shop. He was on this past year's FXR Tour. We're going to check out his shop, and we're going to check out the bike that did not make it on the tour, which will be at Mama Tried this year. Myself, Justin, this entire shop, the boys from Clean Moto. I mean, there's just going to be all kinds of guys there. So you definitely want to check out that show. It's a cool, like, it is a chopper show, but it's Harley Davidson country. So there's going to be motorcycles and things going on. You got the museum, you got just everything. So we'll see you guys in Milwaukee, hopefully, if you're in the area. And yeah, so we got about another 4.5 hours to go. We're going to keep on trucking. We're going to go take a look at this motorcycle, and hopefully we strike up a deal. Just stay tuned, and we'll see you guys in St. Louis. All right, so we made it here to St. Louis. Well, actually, we're just south of St. Louis, and got the bike in front of me. So looked it over. It starts, it runs, it rides. I didn't want to get the gentleman on the camera, obviously, but here it is. So yeah, 1987 FXR-SP. So this is actually what they call the Sport. It's been lowered, so as many will probably know, the Sport's supposed to have the taller suspension, all that sort of stuff. So but it does have the center field tank. It's got the dual front brakes. The lower legs are really nice and clean. The chrome on all this stuff's really nice and clean. It's still got the stock starter system and all that kind of stuff, but we're going to go through this bike and kind of clean it up, make it really nice, and I don't know, just make another rider. This thing's only got 21,000 miles on it. So he bought this bike off his cousin, which actually bought it in the 90s. The story goes that he's the one who had it painted. He thinks the original color was blue. I'm trying to have Tommy decipher the VIN number to know for sure what the exact color on this bike was, but we think it was blue. We'll just we'll find out what the actual color was. But either way, blonde motor. It's a 5-speed, it's an 80-inch. It sounds like it's got a little cam in it. Definitely has the SNS carb. Fired right up. Everything looks really clean. The frame on this bike is super clean compared to my other bike. The only downside is this paint. So when he had this thing painted in the 90s, there was some type of reaction in the yellow. It doesn't happen in the black, it's just in the yellow. Kind of breaks my heart, but it's a beautiful bike. We're gonna got a set of mags for it. We'll do the mags back on it, a little bit taller riser, and just ride this thing. I'm hoping, if all goes well, that this might be my actual FXR Tour bike that I might ride on the tour, because I'm gonna take the blue bike to Sturgis, and we might bring this bike back to St. Louis, and if I do, with it all fixed up, I might get in touch with this gentleman and let him see the bike again. So
yeah, I'd like to see it again.
Yeah, we'll be back in the area. Like I said, the FXR Tour this year will start probably it's about an hour away from where you're at.
What, by St. Peter's?
I don't remember what the town was called. It's don't even get me a line, but it's
west.
Yeah, it's northwest. Yeah, so you go through St. Louis and then you kick up.
It'd be St. Charles or St. Peter.
Yeah, so it's about an hour away. It shows on the map. Yep. But that's where the tour's going to kick off. And like I said, if I get everything done on this in time and put some miles on it, make sure it's going to, you know, it's good to go. We're definitely going to take this thing on the trip. A little fun trick someone did here. They put this little tab on the bike to preserve the mid-control sleeve there. So that's actually pretty cool. I'm stoked on that. So I got to replace the gasket on this, and then I'll go ahead and replace the O-rings on that kind of stuff. But we are going to put the mid-controls back on and just clean this thing up and ride it. It's got kind of a 1200 custom bullet headlight on there. Got a couple nice little bits and pieces that are a little unique. This thing right here is super cool. I saw in the picture a chrome voltage regulator mount. I've never seen one of those with the little speed hole drilled in it. Maybe someone in the comments below can tell me if that was like a company that offered that, or if someone made it and then had it chrome plated. All right, we're gonna get this thing loaded up, and then we're gonna head over to our next destination. All right, got the bike loaded up and we are heading to our next destination. So for those that don't know, I'm gonna meet up with Paul from BAREKNUCKLE Performance. I don't know if Sam or Mikey or any of the other guys will be with him, but if you remember those guys, obviously from the FXR Tour, plus they actually supplied quite a few parts for my blue bike build. And I'm super stoked to continue running their products, and I'm looking forward to this bike and hopefully putting some more of their parts on it. But either way, the whole point of going up here, it's like an hour and 10 minutes out of my way, but I want to show you guys his shop, get kind of Paul on the camera, hopefully maybe show you guys the bike that was meant to be on the tour that unfortunately had you know, a few little snags and issues along the way that caused him to not be able to make the tour with that bike. Show you guys where the FXR Tour is kicking off. So they are an official sponsor of the FXR Tour this year, and the entire tour will be starting. I don't know if it's been announced yet, but if it hasn't, here it is. We are announcing it right now live on YouTube. The FXR Tour will be kind of through the Midwest, so it's gonna be kicking off here at BAREKNUCKLE Performance in just outside of St. Louis, Missouri, and then the ride's gonna take us zigzag it all the way down to Texas for Born Free. Definitely stay tuned. We'll get the full route and other sponsors and places to stop along the way and all that for you guys. We'll get all that information out probably within the next couple months once we get it locked down. So if any of you guys want to just jump in on a certain part of the trip or do the entire trip, at least you know now where the trip's starting from and kind of the route that it's kind of the route it's headed. So either way, we are about 48 minutes from seeing old Paul there, and we'll pick the camera back up then. Peace.
I got a blue dealer. I said, I don't think Ellie's gonna get along. She's like, oh, we'll be fine. It's not here with Ellie. No, that ain't how this goes.
STL FenceWorks. STL FenceWorks is proud and excited to install American-made aluminum and vinyl fence products, as well as American-made decking. For instance, STL FenceWorks has teamed up with Jareth Manufacturing. Jareth Limited, the aluminum fence works, is the third largest Jareth customer in the world. STL FenceWorks is vinyl fencing also, and not just white. We partner with National Vinyl Products to provide you with
You know my favorite video still from... Hey! What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
You know my favorite video still from the whole FXR Tour is when y'all just did that little makeshift, like you just threw the part in the lathe and just pulled out something and it was like, it's done! Like, because that's how most people think really happens when you do something like, they're like, oh, you just push a couple buttons and like, here's your product.
Whoa, shit.
I'll talk.
Sniff, sniff, smell, smell.
You're so tough.
Yeah.
Don't bark at it.
So are you up in Milwaukee just putting that motor together on that giveaway bike?
Helping worn out the motor.
That bike came out pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like it. It looks sick.
Man, that's a really nice giveaway bike.
Yeah, super clean, super like well put. Damn, this thing is so... Yeah, I think this, there's a reason this bike didn't make it on the tour.
Yeah.
There's like way more...
Yeah, get up inside of there with all the polished stainless and everything. Mike made all that stuff by hand.
Man. But just like all the little extra tabs and things to kind of figure out. And
See that? What's this video?
y'all made this this weekend. I was going to maybe push it to make it come out after Mama Try, but I'm trying to entice
If
people.
you can keep this until after Mama Try, or at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll drop the whole video after Mama Try. That'll work. Man, y'all even build your own standoff on.
Yeah, Mike made all that.
See, that's the shit. Like most people would have just put the stock
Yeah, the
FXR.
other one was so ugly and way.
But it's more flat. Like
Yeah.
it picks it up and kind of
Yeah.
tilts it into the bike a little bit more. And that's stuff that people aren't going to notice. The new wheels look great.
Like, look at the clearances in there.
Right down the middle.
Had to do a little trickery. Buddy, who are you?
I like that little tucked in headlight.
Yeah, it was another
Yeah, it wasn't how it was
FXR
supposed to
Tour
be.
decision.
Yeah.
Still fabbing though.
Yeah, he's getting ready to do the pipes, and we're down to the end of it.
And you guys, you still haven't fired this motor up yet, have you? The motor itself? No.
There'll be a little sissy bar that goes in here. And then we've got a backrest that goes up about.
Oh, kind of like the Crazy Frank with the round bar? Yeah, yeah. That's what I said when I saw the picture of it. I was like, it's kind of that throwback Crazy Frank without having the, yeah, the one-piece seat. God damn. Man, even like the little seat tab and everything.
Yeah, so that's the C-tab and the shock mount for the mono shock.
Oh. $400 worth of ARP hole in that.
Yeah, right.
And of course, the Flame
Yeah.
King. It sucks it wasn't on the tour, but
Yeah.
it's easy to see why it didn't make it.
Sprocket brake on the back. So you just have the bull nose on the other side.
And those wheels are now available for production, right?
Yep.
Like, so you guys,
Yep.
yeah, y'all offering those now?
Did you look to see how the wire holes lined up?
They look pretty flat.
Look, guys, what happened? We gotta run safety wire through all the bolts on the bottom.
Damn, man, this thing is. There's not even like words for how incredible this thing came out.
You want to show them the muffler, Paul?
Yeah.
Got a little carbon fiber muffler we're
The bits
making.
and pieces of the muffler.
That's your muffler?
That's the body of it.
We're gonna shorten it up a lot.
Yeah.
Man, this shop is way bigger than it looks on like the little videos you guys make.
really?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It feels small to us, doesn't it, Mike?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, because y'all got shit everywhere, but when you're used to what me and Justin are used to, it's
Right.
ginormous. That's the output?
Output, and yeah, that'll be.
Damn.
We got a little.
Are y'all doing like an upsweep on it or just straight out?
It would be straight. I mean, he's
Oh,
got,
up high though? Yeah.
He's got a
in
lot
that range.
going on between the
Kind of
heads
see
in
what
there.
might happen. It's all.
Is this the actual shapes that you're, is that what you're configuring it so far?
Yes.
Ish.
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 Did you make these?
Uh-huh.
I like that little stubby.
Yeah, they're a lot shorter, obviously, than stock.
Yeah, Justin did a set of these on his very first FXR, and I always told him those were my favorite fender struts, and they came back just a little bit more, but they almost had the same shape,
Uh-huh.
and they just came back a little bit, and this bolt was hidden on the back side. I think it just had the
Pretty cool.
outer bolt, and actually no, the aft bolt was hidden, yeah, so it was just reversed. So there was no bolt back here, it just had the bolts up there.
Mike took the stock fender and flipped it around backwards so that this was clean without all the tail light,
Yeah.
you know, license plate shit back here.
Yeah, well, the flat spot for
Yeah.
the,
What's left of it, yeah.
and you welded up the, where the tail light was. What's this right here?
Justin made these pieces.
Yeah, I remember that, so,
That's our brake mount. So the brake anchor.
oh, okay, yeah, because you're on that side. That's right. Man, even polished the back side of the stainless little panels you guys got. Yeah, this bike would have got wrecked on the fucking tour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But just like I was telling you at lunch, man, like the stance of it is like the perfect. I know the D-rake thing handles better, but man, this thing like has such a tough guy stance to it.
Can't wait to see it on the floor.
Yeah.
Y'all have never even put it on the floor yet?
It's never been on the off the lift yet.
Been
Yeah.
either missing one or the other wheel, and
Yeah, both wheels were on it until a couple hours ago. Did he polish those yet?
what's that?
The spacers?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
I didn't know if you
me to
wanted to do
safety
the
wire.
safety wire and
Yeah. No, it'd be easier to do it on the bench.
This is making it hard for me to decide that I want flames on my bike or not. This looks so
Well,
good in
it's tough when
flames.
you're looking at those flames.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to do.
I can't afford those flames, but
I actually paid more for paint jobs on bikes than I paid for that.
really?
Yeah.
Did he spray the frame and everything for you guys?
The whole deal.
Damn.
How far over is the front end? 10? 10 over tubes?
Yes. I think so. We've changed it. I forgot what it was. and
So
what it
it's
is.
6 up in the frame, but you can tell the ride height's quite a bit. We just went straight up.
Okay. So just whatever 6 ended
You
up
go
at.
6 up, it naturally long, inch and a half longer just because of the trigonometry, but 32 or 33, Mike?
Oh, I didn't
33
even-
and a half.
33 and a half, yeah.
Did y'all build the tank yourselves?
Yeah.
That looks cool. That beveled edge on it.
Yeah. Wanted you to be able to see the flames a little
Yeah.
bit more. Nice rubber mounted through the neck. Or through the backbone.
God damn, man.
124, Baker 6-speed, Tech Cycles, belt drive, speed dealer clutch.
Those are 49s, right? 49 mil.
41s.
Man, this thing looks incredible.
Thank you.
I can't wait to see it in the lights.
Pretty cool little velocity stack that goes on it. We just so we wouldn't get
Ding it
hooked
up.
on it every time we drove
Yeah.
by. We haven't put it on yet.
Who makes these? I've seen these before. This little
Oh,
LED.
that's Gabe from After Hours.
Okay.
Choppers.
I've seen those before. Little screens in them.
They're great little
They look cool.
lights.
They're bright as hell
Super
too.
bright.
And I saw y'all post this up the other day. The little spark plug
Yeah, Mike-
wire.
Mike
So you had to
Cam.
build this, then do the wire through it, then build the wire after it was already ran through there, didn't you? So this wire is now forever married to that bracket, unless you cut it and
Unless you shorten it,
yeah. And that's the stuff like most people aren't going to recognize. You know what I mean? That's what sucks.
You could walk right past it. Hey, look at the backside of the regulator mount. How he builds in those little wire
Oh, those are actually welded
little
in.
retainers. Yeah. There's some others on here somewhere, right? Is there one back
Working
in
on.
here?
Got to get. Oh yeah.
There's
Well,
one. It's on the bottom of the transmission. You may not.
That
be able to
we have
yeah,
to
it's
get
right
that.
here.
Oh yeah.
Right there.
Hold that little wire to
all
it.
the wiring and the clutch cable run. We'll get a couple more on there.
And y'all polish all this in house, for the
So
most
that's
part.
chrome. We sent the cases out.
Now the cases, we repolished these.
Oh,
This is-
those were
yeah,
down
yeah.
here. That's right. We sent the transmission case out.
And they stripped the cylinders were red, the heads were red,
Yeah.
and they stripped
They had
and
that
polished
pineapple
them.
cut or whatever it was
Yeah.
called.
So you smoothed all that
You
off.
just the
Yeah.
polisher smoothed it out for
Diamond
us.
cut, yeah.
Yeah. Get the wires running through where it makes sense to run through.
Yeah, it looks so good. And this is a little stuff that people don't notice. I mean, like having the right size loom instead of just putting like buying one roll of loom and then looming everything the same size. Like being tedious with all your little.
Oh yeah, once the wiring's done, he gets it clean. Is that M unit in there?
No, we haven't. I mean, it'll be in here.
Oh, right there.
Everything comes over this side.
Is that same M unit, that Moto Gadget, whatever? Yeah.
Easy access. Hopefully we won't have to bump it too many times. But a little hold down and then regulator. Or I'm sorry, the main circuit breaker, and then wires will just run across. So we've got regulator will run to that, and then ignition module and just go across the back tube back there. That's all.
The swing
Not
arm
as
looks
much as we
so
can, but-
trippy. It's like so
It's hard to see.
rounded. Well, I mean, it almost doesn't look like
flat
yeah.
spots.
It doesn't look like damn. It was made out of aluminum. Oh, that's one piece too. Yeah, usually when Justin does his, they're three piece. Yeah. I think Frank does his 3-piece too. It's size and then the crossbar.
Yeah, it's all one solid chunk. It starts. I'll show you the blocks back there.
What was that? Like a 70-pound block of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's big enough that I cut this part out and save it. You know what I mean?
For something
'Cause
else?
Yeah.
This is nice, a little dual.
Yep. Yeah. So originally that was all Sam polished it all and it looked great, but then you know how it is with polish. When
Yeah.
you look at it sideways and it's scratched. But we remade. You know, Justin made a couple of these pieces out here, and then we made.
Yeah, I remember he had the. I was there at the house. Yeah, he did this.
Part,
Yep.
and he did these.
I didn't know he did these. I knew he did this piece, and I knew he did the
those.
shock mount.
And then we made all the stuff to tie it to the manifold, and then we made the bridge right here for the motor mount. We made this new cap. Or no,
So
Justin
what-
made that new cap.
So what was the reasoning that y'all, oh yeah, I did remember this piece too.
Yeah, he made that.
But what was the reasoning, what was the original one like? Is it more curved this way and y'all just wanted it?
It goes out and around, so it's like this is inboard.
Oh,
but
okay.
it really, like it,
Pushes down.
yeah, just,
Yeah.
it's such a bottleneck.
I added 2 more screw holes too.
Yeah, plus there's screw holes missing.
Okay.
So this has got the
So yeah, this, so the carburetor will almost be here
Yeah.
instead over there. I got you.
tucked in a little bit more, but
Yeah, I never asked Justin. I was wondering why you guys were changing that up.
and that's
Yeah, it's
well, that's
almost
a
nothing.
124. It's not an 80-inch.
We had an extra 6 months, and now we're down to the last week, so
We're good.
Yeah.
It's not like
we did other stuff in the meantime.
your bike with Bobby's show with
Yeah.
Indian Larry's show.
Yeah.
We just had a pipe left.
Yeah, so we said.
So usually, like, usually when you do a pipe, how long does it usually take you? Like if you were to take,
So this is trying to get all the when a pipe gets when it gets bent. See how it's not round?
yeah, oh yeah.
So trying to get that squished out and tacked so it's actually round and meets up because it'll get all polished and cleaned and so try not to see any.
Oh, so you actually rework every little pie cut and everything you do? Yeah, I can see that taking some time.
I mean,
You want
a
it to
little
look,
extra on this for sure.
we want it to look like one seamless
Yeah.
pipe. Aside from the steps, he's gonna step it up twice.
But
So
like
you'll see that.
this will be 1.75" up until in here and then 1 7/8. So it's easier when your 1 7/8 basically slips over.
Yeah.
into
Makes sense.
the flat weld. Better in person.
Tremendously better in person. But the crazy thing is it looks so proper because I know it's been said a million times. It's hard to make an FXR chopper look
Yeah.
right. And this thing, I think because the shocks are missing. I think getting rid of
That's
the.
it.
I think there's something about not having the shocks that just give it all the lines that it needs.
Yeah, when we can't, I don't even know how it really got started. I mean,
Which is
we had-
crazy because this is still going to be a very tall sitting chopper.
Yeah, it's still gonna be up there.
Yeah. But it just
I don't know
looks.
how the whole thing took. I was like, you know, it does look cool to be able to see the whole wheel. You know, everybody wants to go to an 18 so you can see more wheel. And I was like, well, what if we do a monoshock and then that turns into put the sprocket over there. And then
When y'all were doing the monoshock, did you have any idea that FXR division was doing a
I
monoshock?
had no idea.
No
We
idea.
were in Mama Tried was it Mama Tried? We were in Milwaukee.
Is that when we found out?
Yeah, sitting at Sobelman's and we drew it up on
Oh
a
yeah,
napkin and
yeah. We were sitting. Hey, you haven't been to Milwaukee for the thing?
Not for Mama Tried. I've been there for a couple other things.
Sobelman's, the place where they put like the whole chicken in the Bloody Mary.
No, I haven't been that one.
So we were sitting there and we had to do our update. So we just drew it out on a napkin. And then
I think I remember that little sketch.
we
Yeah.
were gonna do a crazy Frank Fender, and he was, you know, backed up and was gonna be a while. I'm like, well, what if we just do this? And then Sam was cruising Facebook Marketplace one day, and he found that the blower, and I was like, Mike's never gonna go for that. And then Mike was all about it, like, oh, it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
He and Sam went and looked at it that morning and bought it, and it was missing that gear that threw us for the biggest loop. And then they came back with that, and we were gonna put a twin cam in it. I'm like, well, I've got that 124 sitting over there in storage. It's been here forever. What if we use that?
just
And then
happen
it
to have
just-
a 124.
Yeah. When you just got a spare 124 sitting around.
Yeah. Decided to go with the touring transmission, so we could stay in the Evo era, but put the oil bag underneath.
Just
And
happen
so
to have a soft tail sitting here that
Yeah.
we could take measurements off of and shock and all that stuff.
we took the swing arm and cut it up to where we could kind of fit it in there, and that's how we did all our geometry. Found the actual geometry, you know, using measuring instruments, but just to make sure everything would work.
little 90s theme.
Yeah, it blends a little bit of everything, kind of.
I mean, it truly has all the styles like in one.
Little 70s with the crazy Frank thing, and
Well, the low drag bars and all that kind of stuff is definitely 70s, and
yeah,
Big fat belt drive.
3-inch belt drive.
the big stretch tank is kind of 90s-ish, if you will. And
Bunch of billet.
is this your
Polished aluminum.
first supercharged motor that you've ever been a part of?
Building, yeah.
Yeah.
I've had customers who had them. I wanted one, but
I don't think I've ever even.
business.
I mean, I've seen them in person, but I don't even think I've ever heard one in person. I've had obviously numerous friends have the turbos and stuff, but I know Pro Charger had the kit that was on the other side.
Yeah.
I've seen them, but I've never even heard.
pretty.
Yeah, it's too much shit going on.
It's-
This looks.
Right. It's the bridge.
Yeah, the root style blower
We
definitely
have
looks
that other
better.
one over there down there.
Oh yeah, I see it down there.
Robbed gears out of it, and that's probably a better design. Probably, but it doesn't look like a blower. Like this just looks fucking.
Yeah, it almost looks like more cylinder jugs.
Right.
Like this has that nice clean.
Yep, looks like a blower.
Yep. Man, this is so.
Yeah, so it bolts in from underneath, and then right here's where sissy bar will go.
Yeah.
So there's a Allen head down inside of here, and then there's a pin. So you tap it down on the pin because the bolt is at this angle and the pin's at this angle. So when you draw it down, it kind of gets itself into a bind when it seats. So it's fucking rock
So once
solid.
the round bar goes in, it's
There's
locked.
screws
Oh,
in
I
the
see
back.
it. I see it right.
Yeah,
Oh no, it's.
there's screws right back here. That'll be covered up by the
Oh, okay,
that'll hold
okay.
the sissy bar in.
How tall is that? Just
So this isn't
polish
right.
it. Yeah.
I kind of fucked up the top of the bend, but so that'll go in there, be about that tall, and then this
Okay.
is like right here. Jordan from Union Speed did the seat.
Yeah, this seat's super clean. It's like, is he the one who's done a lot of your seats? I know that.
Yeah, he does. Like all of our probably best, most well-known bikes he's done.
Okay. You say your knucklehead's still up at the museum?
It's in the museum. He
All
did
right.
that. Yeah, he did that. The upholstery on that.
Everyone keeps asking us why we're not going to Daytona, and we're like, well, we're going to go to Mama Tried instead. They're back-to-back weekends. Daytona, I mean, Daytona's fun, but
It's the same every
it's the same
single
shit,
year.
exactly.
Yeah.
I've been to Daytona about a dozen times, and I can do without Daytona. Last year, the only reason I even did Daytona last year is Mark rented this big ass house, and he's like, hey, I got a spot for you, and I just jumped on my bike and rode down there last minute. So if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have gone to Daytona last year.
Since like 2010.
I'm looking forward to it. This year's gonna be a year of a lot of news. I don't know if you know, like me and Justin, we're doing an East Coast trip, so we're gonna ride across the country to Washington D.C. and then go up the coast. We're gonna go to Indian Larry's for a day and a half. We're gonna go up to John at Metal Innovations. Then we're gonna go to Suicide King Chris. He's one of the builders for this year's FXR Tour. And then we were going to try to loop it back to like Clem's and go all the way to Detroit, but I think we're going to have to postpone Clem's trip because they need us back in. There's a show going on with Thundermax in Kentucky, and they want us to help them out with it. So we're trying to.
Right?
On my blue FXR.
Yeah?
And he's going to be on his
Right, is it
FXR.
FXR?
Yeah. We're doing all small bikes. Jeremy's probably going to be on the Jeremy from Lucky Strike is going to probably ride his Softail, and we're just talking about doing small bikes. So Ashley at Unit.
With Justin's bike on that ride.
It's an M8. It's basically like having a new bike.
Yeah, but
So-
he built everything around it.
100%. And I can verify, you know, sometimes you always wonder when someone's like, oh, I only got, 10 test miles on it. Justin literally only had, it's that bike. I don't even think he's changed the oil on that bike yet. I think it's still on the same oil that it was on from the tour. Like, he barely put any miles on it. He had to put, that was a water-cooled motor that he had to put oil-cooled heads on. He's never done that kind of stuff. So he built the motor up, put a cam in it, They're just partying.
They're showing off.
Yeah, so we're going to ride small bikes, and Ashley from Unit 6 is going to meet up with us when we're in Brooklyn. That dude's super rad.
Good dude.
And the Brits are coming. They're coming again this year.
Are they?
Yep.
Are you going to? When are you doing that? September?
The tour? No, we're doing it in May.
May? Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to do it Memorial Day weekend. We'll hit the road. So we're just going to do this loop for about a week, hit all those spots, and then he's got Born Free California in June. I'm not going to go to that. And then what's July? Something was going on in July, and then we got Sturgis in August. So trying to
Busy year.
yeah, a little bit of busy year, but it's gonna be fun.
Did an awful lot for this year. We're doing Mama Tried.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, what other events can everybody see you guys at? Like, what else?
So we'll do Mama Tried, Sturgis. Then we may be doing something. They've got Lake of the Ozarks Bike Fest here, which is just like an hour or two from us at Lake of the Ozarks. Then the next weekend is an Indian Larry block party in New York. And then the tour, FXR Tour in Born Free, Texas. That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of one of the reasons I wanted to come out here. I guess this video, like I said earlier, this video will be the official. We're letting the world know that the FXR Tour is starting with you guys. So we're going to kick it off here, and I guess outside of St. Louis. You guys are only.
So we're in the middle of opening a second location in St. Louis where Mike will have his operation.
Okay.
Like it'll all be, basically all of this, and then Mike doing, engine builds in what he does, and then this will all be our manufacturing out here.
Hell yeah.
So if we have that done and ready to go in time, then we'll take off from there, just because it's in St. Louis.
Yeah.
From here to Frank's place, the roads are fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, driving out here was super nice.
It would be great. I mean, there's no mountains like we started off in, and there's no...
But you also don't have all the bullshit traffic and all the other big city, you know, crap that you got to deal with. So, no, I like it a lot. But yeah, this is going to be like the start of the FXR Tour out here this year. And then leaving here, we're just going to kind of zigzag it through the Ozarks and into Arkansas and down to Texas. So I know like a straight shot from your shop to Born Free is not, it's less than 1,000 miles.
It's not far at all.
But I think we're doing this. Yeah, I think we're doing this all the way through. And it's going to make for a lot more nicer riding and not that 500-mile day.
We're going to make 1,000 miles out of it.
It'll be 1,000 miles still.
We're going to add a day this year though, right? We'll have one more day for
I don't know how it's going to go. That's Justin and Jace's thing.
Yeah. There wasn't all that many problems on the tour really with bikes, but I thought, man, 10 brand new bikes. So that first day being 500 miles, I was like, man,
it was a lot. It was a lot.
It's a long 500 miles on 10. Really, you know, Jace's electrical problems, but other than that, man, it was a pretty.
No, everything. I think everything was good.
What's Joplin from here? 250.
That's a good haul.
Being the Midwest, I feel like there's probably going to be a lot of bikes on this ride. Like as far as not just groups, but
dude, that was one of the cool. What were we talking about? Oh, when Marilyn Stimp was here. I don't know if you know Marilyn, but she works for Buffalo Chip now, and her husband had Ironworks magazine back in the day.
I remember that one.
And
Yeah.
then, yeah, when he unfortunately passed away like 21 years ago, she took it over for a while. She's just a great person. Anyway, we were talking about just riding to events, and like one of the coolest things on the tour I thought was not just picking people up the next morning, like leaving from Amarillo, you're like, oh, there's a few new people on the ride.
Yeah.
But just when we were hauling ass across Texas, you'd pass bikes. They were out there to catch up with us. They were like heading to Born Free or heading to Strokers or heading wherever. But that was just cool that all these people were trying to catch up with us, and you just meet them on the highway or at a gas station or wherever. That was one of the coolest parts. It's only like 600 miles to Born Free from here, right? It's like 600, it's a little over 600.
But like I said, I think
we got another 100 or so to Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to cut out of the way. So yeah, instead of going straight down through the state, yeah, it's a big zigzag. But they're going to make it 1,000 miles and with 250-mile days. So it should be good to go.
I mean, we could turn a 250-mile trip to Frank's into a good 300, 350 miles and just be a whole lot more enjoyable. My first FXR frame's up there.
Is that one right there? With Jeff's sticker on it?
It's either that one or that one. It's a 89
my frame doesn't.
RP.
So my frame only has the one set of frame mounts. That new bike I just got, and I saw somewhere where it was saying some year they got the one. Yeah. So anyways, all right. Well, you guys got a little tour of the bike. Thanks again for everything, man. It was great to see you guys. If you guys don't know, Paul's been putting a lot of effort in this. What, 25 years? 21 years. So they just dropped their 21st or 20th year, kind of their line. Y'all have the knife and the hoodies and shirts, shit,
sticker packs, all kind of shit.
But man, as you can see from this back room, this is all their inventory. This isn't like what me and Justin have. Obviously, these guys have shit ready to go. I'm running axles, bearing kit, adjusters, seat screw. I got a bunch of their stuff on the one bike, and I'm hoping this new bike's gonna have just as much, if not more. But definitely give them a follow. They also have a YouTube channel that they're going to try to get this. That's you're saying this year's goal.
This year there'll be the goal for this year is mostly install videos.
Okay.
A little bit of bike stuff, but it's going to be install videos, and she's got a pretty cool series going called Why We Make It, and then How We Make It. So like we'll go, hey, there's this problem on the bike. This is why we're making it. And then maybe the next episode would be how we make it.
Okay.
You know, cradle
That's
to
pretty
grave.
cool. I like that.
Yeah, so it's like from the idea all the way to being put on the bike.
Me and Justin wanted to, at one time we talked about doing a video because like that video I was talking about, which was funny during the FXR Tour, you just threw you threw some, a round stock into the lathe and pulled it out. People just think that's all it takes. Like you just drop that in there, you hit a button, it's done. And we wanted to kind of do a video of like sitting down, designing a small part, and like show a clock on the wall and be like, all right, this is how long a piece takes. Because I don't think people really understand, like, I mean, this is to the average person, that's a simple axle, but there's a lot of not just R&D in that, but machine time, and then
I mean, even before you get to that, like you got to figure out, like on some of our stuff, we had to make so many parts and test them out just to get, because you're working on a new material. So along with that new material, your programming on your machines, your feeds and speeds, and then your tools even. Like,
Yeah.
well, these cutters are kind of leaving a rough finish. We got to move over to this and changing out chemicals, and it's just
It's a lot to
a
it.
lot goes into it. Yeah.
And the fact that you guys polish in house and everything else, it definitely adds even more to
Yeah,
the...
he even started. We're doing black oxide here in house now, and
Like I said, check these guys out on not just Instagram, obviously Instagram, but on YouTube as well. They're going to definitely be putting out more stuff. And
Facebook, Twitter.
Facebook, Twitter, yeah, especially Twitter. I know they're
Yeah.
trying to get away from Instagram
Yeah,
and
we're
Facebook
kinda
and all that
getting
shit.
away from
Get away
Instagram,
from
Facebook as much as we can.
the hell with all the meta
a little bit
shit.
too much Nazi for us.
Support all that, but shop's super rad. If you guys are ever in the area, I mean,
Swing by.
Yeah, swing by, say hi. I mean,
Check out some choppers and some FXR.
I had a blast.
Some
I mean,
FXR chopper.
I got a long drive ahead of me, so my wife ain't probably happy that I stayed here a couple extra hours.
on
but
Valentine's Day, too.
on Valentine's Day. But we'll get this video out. We'll all be in Mama Tried, and like he said, those guys will be at you said Sturgis and Born Free,
We'll be
obviously.
out at Bobby's. At
And
the
Bobby's. Oh, Indian Larry,
Block
that's the
Party.
other one, yeah.
But then we'll be the FXR Tour starting from our shop,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Right,
Starting here.
Yeah,
I mean,
starting
that's-
here. It's kicking off here.
I'm officially putting it on the internet. It's starting here, so
Yeah,
here
we're still-
or the new location.
Or the new location.
We'll see.
It'll
We
be
still got
one of our
6-7 months.
locations.
So, all right, man. Well, it's a good time
Drive
as always.
safe.
Yep. Thank you. Here, I'm actually about six and a half hours away from home, and I got to make a quick stop to pick up a set of wheels for the FXR that we just picked up. But I just wanted to get on here real quick, kind of give this a closing, and to say thanks again, Paul, Mikey, Sam, all you guys for letting me come into the shop, kind of film you guys and what you guys do. It's incredible once you walk in there to actually see the amount of projects they have going on. You know, a lot of the guys for the FXR Tour, you know, they were just focused on one bike. They actually have an entire shop building a fleet of custom bikes, all kind of different genre motorcycles. It was super, super cool to see all that, and to also see he showed me some of the new products that he's got coming out, and to kind of give me a little behind the scenes of all that kind of stuff. So thank you again for all that. For you guys, please be sure to check out their Instagram, their not just their Instagram, but their YouTube and all that sort of stuff. They're going to definitely be leaning harder onto YouTube and Twitter, according to Paul, this year. So give it a follow. You're not going to regret it, I promise. So as far as all you guys watching this, thank you again for following along with me and Justin and everything that we do. And we look forward to seeing you guys hopefully at Mama Tried if you're there this year. That's next weekend, Mama Tried, and then this video will probably drop after Mama Tried. And yeah, until the next one, y'all take care. We'll see you then. Peace.